Hi, good morning, students. Hope you are all feeling good. Welcome back to English class. I hope you remember the story that we were discussing in the last class, The Mask, written by Satyajit Ray. Right. So, who are the characters? Who are the characters in that story? Feluda, the private detective, his cousin, Topshe, and the old man, retired man, Rajan Babu, his tenant, Tingori Babu, and in the last, what we can say, Mr. Goshal, right? So, where we stop? Where did we stop in the last class? Topshe and Feluda were also Tingori Babu were sitting in the coffee shop. They were talking at that time. Tingori Babu was trying to convince them that Goshal was what buying the antiques for cheap rate and resale for higher price for the to the foreigners. Okay, so now let's start. Let's continue. Take page number 55. Then Mr. Goshal might have a motive in sending the letter to Rajan Babu, said Feluda. I learned during my visit to the courier shop today that the shop is going to get some fresh supplies this evening. So Feluda started suspecting Goshal. Right. I see, exclaimed Tingori Babu. A letter like that would naturally frighten Rajan Babu into staying at home for a few days, and Goshal would get to buy all the new pieces. So Tingori Babu also supporting that supporting whom Feluda's suspect that by writing such a letter, what Rajan Babu stays at home at that time, Goshal could buy all the new pieces of antiques from the shop. Exactly. Tingori Babu also told us about Rajan Babu's son, Prabir. Apparently, Rajan Babu had asked Prabir to leave the house 16 years ago when he had caught Prabir stealing money from his cupboard. Prabir had not been seen since, hence Tingori Babu was shocked to hear that he had seen Prabir at the mall that morning. So Tingori Babu also talked about told about whom about Rajan Babu's son Prabir. Prabir was expelled from his house by Rajan Babu because he has he has stolen something from the cupboard, stolen money from his cupboard. Right. So since then, nobody has seen Prabir. But Faluda and Topshe said that on that day when they were sitting on the mall, they saw Prabir there at the mall that morning. So Prabir also has a motive to threaten his father, said Faluda. So actually, Faluda is listing out the persons, listing out the suspects. Okay. Who is behind this letter. Right. Rajan Babu doesn't know that his son is in his town, said Tingori Babu, and I don't think he should be told. Right. After further investigation, Faluda told me I visited Dr. Mitra today. He could have also sent the letter. He seems to be in need of money as he doesn't have a good practice. A letter like this could make Rajan Babu fall ill, and which would require him to go to Mitra. So, after further investigation, Faluda told that he also suspects Dr. Mitra. Dr. Mitra is in need of money and he doesn't have a good practice, and by writing such a letter would help what Rajan Babu become ill. Right. Then which would require him to go to Mitra. So what will happen then when Rajan Babu fall ill? He can go to Rajan's home to treat him. Right. Then the case had reached the stage where it had three suspects but no culprit. So now in the list of suspects there are three persons: Mr. Goshal, Prabir, and what is the next? What we can say, Dr. Mitra. Right, but no culprit. Suspects means what people thought to be behind the crime, but that is not sure. But culprit means what? what a person who is responsible for a mistake, the real person behind the crime. A few days later, one morning, we received a message that Rajan Babu wanted to see us urgently. We rushed to his house. He was lying on the bed, looking pale and haggard. Dr. Mitra was examining him. Tingori Babu stood nearby, looking worried. And after a few days, they got a letter from Rajan Babu that he wanted to see them. He wanted to see them urgently, and they went to his house. They went to his house. And at that time, the Rajan Babu was lying on his bed, and Dr. Mitra was examining him, and who was there nearby, Tingori Babu was also there. Rajan Babu spoke with some difficulty. Last night after midnight, I woke up suddenly and there was this face, a masked face. It bent over me. It was horrible. I can't tell you how I spent that night. So he was talking about the incident happened last night. A masked face. Rajan Babu woke up suddenly and he saw a masked face, and that masked face was bending over me. It's right. And he somehow spent that night. Right. Take it easy, said the doctor. You need complete rest. Dr. Mitra, said Feluda suddenly. Dr. Mitra, did you go out last night? Your jacket's got a streak of mud on it. Then suddenly Feluda saw a streak of mud on Dr. Mitra's jacket, and he asked Dr. Mitra that did you go anywhere last night? And Dr. Mitra said, yes, I did go out to see a patient though it was raining. So every year I went to examine one patient, and at that time it was raining so heavily. And after Dr. Mitra had left, Feluda asked, what did the mask look like? It was like one of those you see on the wall there. Rajan Babu pointed to a dreadful looking mask on the wall. When Dr. Mitra left the house, Feluda asked Rajan Babu that about the mask. He saw a masked face last night, and he was asking about the mask he saw. And Rajan Babu said, what? That's the dreadful mask you can see on the wall. It's like such a mask, right? Tingori Babu came in after seeing of the doctor and said, I am sorry, but I have to return to Calcutta today. I tried to change my ticket, but there are no seats for the next 10 days. But before I leave, I will inform the police. Rajan Babu needs protection. So now Tingori Babu was about to leave to Calcutta, and he said he tried a lot to change the ticket because for the coming 10 days, there are no seats available. So I think it is better to leave now in this train itself. And he also added that before leaving, I'll definitely inform the police about Rajan Babu. Rajan Babu needs protection. Right. Realizing that Rajan Babu would be all alone that night, Feluda and I decided to stay the night at his house. So in that night, nobody was there. So Feluda and Topshe decided to stay Rajan Babu's house that night. Later that night, as we were relaxing after dinner, Feluda said, I did some investigation in the afternoon. Both Prabir and Mr. Ghoshal were at a party from 9 p.m. to 3 p.m. and Dr. Mitra was truly visiting a critical patient till late last night. So they were doing their work, that investigation, all time. That man wearing the mask came soon after midnight, didn't he? Yes. Well then, who does that leave us with? So they suspect many person, and they are discussing about that incident, about that masked face and all. Then they are telling what? Who does that leave us with? നമ്മുടെ ഇടയിൽ തന്നെയുള്ള ഒരാളാണ് എന്ത് കൾപ്രിറ്റ് എന്നാണ് അവർ പറയുന്നത്. അവർക്ക് ഒരു സംശയം നമ്മുടെ ഇടയിൽ തന്നെ ഉള്ള ഒരാളാണത്. Feluda did not answer. He abruptly went off. So who said this? Who does that leave us with? Topshe ആണ് സംശയം പറയുന്നത്. Feluda did not answer for that. He suddenly went off from there. I lay on the bed. So Topshe lay on the bed and began to fall asleep. I suddenly sensed the presence of someone else in the room. My blood froze. I could feel the man leaning over me. Oh, how horrible it was. A mask. He was wearing a mask. പെട്ടെന്ന് ടോപ്ഷി എണീറ്റപ്പം എന്താണ് ആരോ ഒന്ന് റൂമിലുള്ള പോലെ തോന്നി. എണീറ്റപ്പം ഒരു മാസ്ക്ഡ് ഫേസ് കണ്ടു. ഹി സ്ക്രീംഡ്. ഒച്ച വയ്ക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി. മാസ്ക് മാറ്റി പാരാണ്. I opened my mouth and was about to scream when the person pulled the mask away. My scream became a nervous gasp. Feluda, it's you. So that was Feluda. Of course, it's me. I was trying on the mask on the living room. പ്രൈവറ്റ് ഡിറ്റക്റ്റീവ് അല്ലേ, അപ്പോൾ ഓരോന്നും ഇങ്ങനെ ചെക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. മാസ്കായിട്ടും റൂമായിട്ടും ആളുകളെ ആയിട്ടും സ്ഥലങ്ങളായിട്ടും ഒക്കെ ഇങ്ങനെ ചെക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇറ്റ്സ് മീ. ഐ വാസ് ട്രൈങ് ഓൺ ദ മാസ്ക്. ഞാൻ ഓരോ മാസ്കും ട്രൈ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക. ഐ വാസ് ട്രൈങ് ഓൺ ദ മാസ്ക് ഇൻ ദ ലിവിംഗ് റൂം. വൈ ഡോണ്ട് യു വെയർ ദിസ് ഫോർ എ സെക്കൻഡ്? ഇതൊന്ന് ധരിച്ചു നോക്കൂ, ഒരു സെക്കൻഡ് ഇതൊന്ന് ഇട്ട് നോക്കൂ. ഐ വെയർ ദ മാസ്ക്. ടോപ്ഷി ഓൾസോ വെയർ ദ മാസ്ക്. ക്യാൻ യു സെൻസ് സംതിങ് അൺയൂഷ്വൽ? എന്തെങ്കിലും അൺയൂഷ്വലായിട്ട് ഫീൽ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടോ? യെസ്, ഇറ്റ് സൈസ് ടു ലാർജ്. ദ സൈസ് ഓഫ് ദ മാസ്ക് ഈസ് ടു ലാർജ് ഫോർ മീ. നോ, ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ദാറ്റ്. Any other thing? Well, there is a smell, faint smell, I think. Of what? Cheroot, exactly. ഒരു ചെറൂട്ടിൻ്റെ faint smell I feel. Such a smell. My heart started to beat faster again. Tingori Babu, I stammered. Feluda sighed. Yes, I'm afraid so. But he seemed to respect Rajan Babu a lot. So I don't understand why he did something like this. So here they concluded, അവർക്ക് മനസ്സിലായാരെ ഇത് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ടിങ്കോറി ബാബു ആണ് എന്നുള്ളത് അവർക്ക് ഏകദേശം മനസ്സിലായി. So in the next day, Rajan Babu was shocked when we told him about this. The next morning, as we were talking, Rajan Babu received a letter. He opened it with trembling hands and read it out. When on the next day, the next morning, they told everything about. They told everything to Rajan Babu. Hearing that, Rajan Babu was so shocked hearing that news, and at that time they received a letter, and he opened it with trembling hands and read it aloud. He started reading that letter. Dear Raju, we used to study in the same school in Bankura 50 years ago. You had tripped me in that 100-meter race on our sports day. Not only did I miss the medal in that race, but I was also seriously injured. Unfortunately, my father got transferred to a different town soon after, and I never got a chance to settle the score with you. So you never realized how deeply you had hurt me, both physically and mentally. I didn't realize that you were the same boy till I came to stay in your house and saw your childhood photograph. The desire for revenge resurfaced. I thought of doing something that would cause your anxiety and ruin your peace of mind for a short time. This was my way of punishing you for your past misdeed. So actually, what is the reason? This happened 15 years ago. Rajan Babu and Tingori Babu were classmates, and on a sports day in 100-meter race, Rajan Babu won the medal, right? Tingori Babu മെഡൽ മിസ്സായെന്ന് മാത്രമല്ല, അവന് നന്നായിട്ട് ഇഞ്ചുറി ഉണ്ടാവുകയും ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്, നന്നായിട്ട് പരിക്ക് പറ്റുകയും ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. സോ അതിനൊരു പ്രതികാരം തീർക്കാൻ അന്ന് അവന് സമയം കിട്ടിയില്ല. ആർക്ക്? ഫോർ ടിങ്കോറി ബാബു, ബിക്കോസ് ഹിസ് ഫാദർ ഗോട്ട് ട്രാൻസ്ഫർ ടു എ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് ടൗൺ സൂൺ ആഫ്റ്റർ ദാറ്റ് ഇൻസിഡൻറ്റ്, sports. So ടിങ്കോറി ബാബു വാസ് ഇഞ്ചേർഡ് ബോത്ത് ഫിസിക്കലി ആൻഡ് മെൻ്റലി. മാനസികമായിട്ടും ശാരീരികമായിട്ടും അവന് പരിക്ക് സംഭവിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്, വേദനിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്, റൈറ്റ്. ആൻഡ് അതിന് പകരം വീട്ടാനാണ്, ശരിക്കും അവനറിയില്ല ഇവൻ്റെ വീട്ടിലേക്കാണ് വരുന്നത് എന്നൊന്നും ടിങ്കോറി ബാബുവിന് അറിയില്ല. പക്ഷേ ടെനൻ്റായിട്ട് ഇവൻ്റെ വീട്ടിൽ താമസിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയപ്പം അവൻ്റെ ചൈൽഡ്ഹുഡ് ഫോട്ടോഗ്രാഫ് കണ്ടപ്പോഴാണ് മനസ്സിലാവുന്നത് ദിസ് ഈസ് രാജൻ ബാബു. അപ്പോൾ ഇതാണ് പറ്റിയ സമയം, എങ്ങനെയെങ്കിലും അവനെ കുറച്ച് സമയത്തേക്കെങ്കിലും മാനസികമായിട്ടൊന്ന് വേദനിപ്പിക്കണം എന്നേ വിചാരിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളൂ. അതിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടാണ് ഹി റോട്ട് ദിസ് ലെറ്റർ. Okay, for the this was my way of punishing you for your past misdeed. പാസ്റ്റിൽ ചെയ്ത നീ ചെയ്ത ആ പ്രവൃത്തി ആക്ച്വലി രാജൻ ബാബു അങ്ങനെ ബോധപൂർവം ചെയ്തതൊന്നുമല്ല. അപ്പോൾ അന്ന് ആ കുട്ടിയുടെ മനസ്സിലുണ്ടായ അതിനൊരു പ്രതികാരം എന്നോണമാണ് ആഫ്റ്റർ 50 years 50 വർഷത്തിന് ശേഷം ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ലെറ്റർ എഴുതിയിട്ട് മാനസികമായിട്ട് പ്രയാസം ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ദിസ് ഇസ് ഓൾ അബൌട്ട് ദ സ്റ്റോറി. My dear students, read the story very well. Okay, try to write the answers in brief part. I'll attach the question answers in the Google Classroom. After all, you can write that answers into the notebook. That's all for today. Thank you. Bye bye.